Happy Rosh Chodesh Nissan. Although I am very sad that Adar is coming to an end, because Adar is by far my favorite month of the year. But this time of year is also important. And what is the significance of the month of Nissan? What's the significance of Rosh Chodesh, which is the very first mitzvah where we start the new moon every month? And how is this different than the new year in Rosh Hashanah? So Adar is all about how we can make a change, right? God isn't mentioned, but Mordechai and Esther are. The lower worlds can affect the upper worlds, and we have a hand in what happens and in our future and destiny. But Nissan is different. Nissan is all about the metaphysical. It's saying that whether or not we are worthy or not, we can be saved, and that there's a metaphysical force that can come down and that can save us, and that's always saving us. But this is the month of miracles, Nisim, that's where the word Nes means miracles, and that there is something outside of time, space, and matter that rules everything. And what I find so interesting is that most people just have a new year, right? You say Happy New Year in January. The Chinese have a new year. But as Jews, we have the new year that we celebrate in Tishrei on Rosh Hashanah. We say Shana Tova. But in Nissan, we start counting the months of the year again. Nissan is the first month, even though we're in the same year that we've been in since Rosh Hashanah of this past year. So why do we not have the new months corresponding to the new year? There's a million different answers you can give to this. But one of the things I think is so interesting is think about what change looks like. You can have micro change and you can have macro change. When someone makes a New Year's resolution, they make these huge blanketed statements like, this year I'm going to start waking up at 5 a.m. or I'm going to go on a diet, or I'm going to start saving money for X, Y, and Z, or I'm going to start a new career. Whatever it might be, people have these New Year's resolutions. I'm going to quit smoking. A lot of times, though, we don't always keep up with the resolutions and these big, ambitious goals that we set out to conquer. And I think about what it means to have a celebration of a new month every 28 to 30 days, and what it means to have a celebration of the recounting of the new months, even when it's not corresponding to the new year. And I believe it means that real change doesn't happen once a year. You can make a big goal and you can set a goal for the year, but you have to also have micro goals. And every single month you should be pushing to reevaluate what you want this new month to look like, what you want your new goals to look like. And it's almost kind of like a halfway through the year check-in. Like, I've definitely changed from the person I was back in Rosh Hashanah. Do I still have the same goals and desires that I was setting for myself back in the fall? Now that we're in the spring, we've gone through the winter, there's this rebirth, do I have new goals? And if I haven't conquered the goals and they're still the ones I want, what are small steps I can take every month to get there? And I believe that's why we separate, one of the reasons, I should say, we separate the celebration of the new month and the celebration of the new year. They're very different things. And every month is an opportunity. I will also say something that the fact that Rosh Hashanah is Rosh Chodesh, the first of the new months, the celebration of the new moon every single month, was the first mitzvah, the first commandment that was given to the Jewish people, I think is extremely important. I think it means that no matter how far removed you think you are from something, you always have a second chance. You always have another opportunity for change, and that the first step to Judaism is controlling your mindset, controlling your time, controlling the calendar. Slaves don't tell time. They don't have control over their time. And God's saying to the Jewish people, I can give you a million things to do, but if you don't control your own time and you don't set mini goals, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. And on top of all of that, in this month of miracles, God's saying, I'm going to give you a little bit of a push. I'm going to help you in the beginning. For the first month, I'm going to come down and my energy is going to save you from Egypt. Or maybe it's being saved from something else. There's an energy in Nissan that we almost get help even though we're not worthy, just because everyone deserves a second chance. And then we're going to go throughout the year through the way the cycle works, and we're going to be judged on our by Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur if we've been able to keep up with everything, all the way through by the time we get to Adar, which we just finished, which is, I expect you guys to make an impact. I expect you guys, after going through this whole cycle, to be able to really fight for yourself and fight for your goals, and even when I'm hidden, make a difference. But then there's this mercy energy, there's this I'm going to save you anyways energy, and you're going to come through with this. So it's a really fascinating cycle, the way the Jewish calendar works, and I think that this relationship between Purim and Passover is polar opposite. The idea of Adar and Nissan are polar opposites, but at the end of the day, it's the relationship that we have with ourselves and something outside of ourselves that really is at the center of the Jewish calendar, which means we are always able to get through hardships and to have big and small goals. We just have to have a really strong plan and something set up for us so that we can be successful for the ambitious goals that we set out for ourselves. Anyways, here to the month of Adar Bet, which I wait for all year or every few years if it's a leap year. And, you know, welcoming this new energy of Nissan. May everyone have a happy Rosh Chodesh. May everybody be excited for Passover. And may we all have the healing and saving that we all deserve. Shabbat Shalom.